All right, welcome back, mates. Crypto lovers trading. We're a little after 9 p.m. Sunday night. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, 24 hours or so before the sell down correction that occurred last night. We've kind of addressed in a go live video a lot of the real reasons that actual sell down happened. But it's also important to kind of take a step back, take a look at overall, how does that affect our range and our zone for Bitcoin? I don't really think it affects it at all long term. I think we're still in our consolidation pattern. I don't really think that people are going to make a lot more about it, and you're going to get the negative yarning, and which is just really cause for people to try and wring out more weak hands to buy Bitcoin. The institutions are buying Bitcoin. Do not expect, not to hear tomorrow on Monday or Tuesday at the latest that somebody like Grayscale or somebody else just bought millions more Bitcoin at 52,000, 53,000. Okay. Coming down from, remember, got as high as in the 60s, right? We can see that all the way up here. Okay. And so, weaker hands got rung out. It's unfortunate. A lot of people were hurt by it. This is always what happens in extended markets. And, has really nothing to do with leverage traders. It has to do with whales taking profits, and you should take profits as well. That's, but you want to understand when you're going to hold these leverage trades open, if you're not scalping, if you're not trading daily and closing out daily, and you're holding leverage trades open for a considerable period of time, especially if you're doing a 5, 10, 240 for 240 hours, you're holding that open. You need to pay particular attention to support and resistance levels on the macro scale. They are what are going to drive things from a technical basis, not the 1 minute minutia. We use the 1 minute as entry within our zone. It's called our trading zone. Okay. The 1 minute isn't really that big of a factor for institutions. It's the macro. Okay. And the on-chain that, metrics that are more of a factor. Okay. Than what's happening right there in that second. There's not somebody sitting at a computer screen hitting the keyboard institutionally to liquidate their positions in Bitcoin. Okay. And so I want to take a look at this, just kind of give you this understanding of, remember, we've talked about 48,000 and 52,000. We've been talking about this for 8 weeks. These are the critical levels because that's where we've got a lot of the accumulation, and we'll call them supply barriers, right? Got a lot of buyers at 48 and 52. Okay. And then we've got some other bubbles here. We got another little on the on-chain metrics for in and out of the money at 58 and 59 because people bought in there anticipating another big move up to 70, right? Who promoted that? Social media on YouTube a week ago. Now YouTube will flip back, and now YouTube will be narrative driving, yarning that Bitcoin is going to go down. But we're not seeing that. Okay, what are we seeing? We're seeing the continuation pattern continue of staying within that range that we've talked about, that Bitcoin consistently does throughout its history. Whether you look at the 3-year, the 5-year, or the 10-year for Bitcoin, this is what it does. It consolidates in a range. Sometimes that range can be as narrow as 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Sometimes it could be 2 months. But then it goes to another all-time high. Okay. And so we held the critical area before anybody should panic or really be, about Bitcoin on a macro level. I'm not talking about your individual trades. I'm talking about Bitcoin on a macro scale was 52. And what we saw was she immediately bounced off of 52, that channel. Okay. So whether or not you're looking at her here going at the beginning of the selling, okay, north of 57, all the way down to 52.3. I'm going to do another video on had you played the support barriers and re-entered last night, okay, in the midst of all that panic and had that be brave discipline and having a long-term perspective, what that would look like. Those traders that entered in at the 52,000 level, okay, we're now at 56,900, almost 57,000 on Sunday evening. So we've come all the way back about $4,800 to $5,000. And that's where we are. We're still in the same range we were for the last month, 52 to 59.